the way it's looking, I should have something, but I don't have it. And I ain't got no package this week. Let me get on Amazon and go ahead and check out and order something. All right, you guys, I'm trying to knock this out. I'm trying to knock out all parts of this series tonight. So listen, I'm already back for part 3 of preparing for 2024. And what we're talking about on this video will be our finances. Yes, I know it's hard. And we already had to kick the year off with those taxes. But listen, that's all right. Because this is the year that we are going to get these finances on track and have a clear picture going into 2024. So some of my things that I personally do, I may put up a few photos, a few videos, a little if I can figure out how to do it on what I've been doing myself. So I have created a budget journal for myself. I actually think I have it here. I do. So I still have to try to edit it. Haven't figured it out. Don't know if I want to share it, but it's working for me. And one of the biggest things that we have as an issue with our finances is that we don't actually know where the money is going. So what we want to do, getting ready to go into 2024, is simply figure out where are we spending our money. Because the way it's looking, I should have something, but I don't have just working to pay bills. I want to actually have a living. I want to save and get back to taking more trips and the shopping. And my biggest time of the year is for shopping is Christmas, because I go all out. I'm gonna make sure I spend on my people. I just that's what I love doing. So going in 2024, we just have to get clear and get very transparent about our finances. So the biggest thing that you need to do is take out your bank statements for 2023. Sit down with a sheet of paper, and on my end, I got it as a expense tracker. So all I'm gonna do on this, I'm gonna write down everything that I spent money on that was not a necessity, that was not a bill. Or even if you want to put everything down, just so you can see where exactly your money is going. I know my biggest problem is eating out. I like to eat out in Amazon. I know it's a little weird. I know somebody can relate, but when I'm coming home and I live on the 3rd floor of my apartment complex and I'm passing people's doors and they got packages at the door, I ain't got no package this week. Let me get on Amazon and go ahead and check out and order. Like, I feel like I need to order something. No, you don't. You don't need it. And we're going to stop doing that in 2024, or we're going to plan for it as opposed to just spending. Because, baby, on Thursday, if I look at that account and I got a few dollars in there, knowing I get paid on Friday, I'm eating out and I'm buying something off Amazon. We're going to stop doing that. So what we need to do, that's where we want to go in to start giving every dollar of assignment. So how we start with that is by being clear on where our money is going. So sit down, get you a sheet of paper and write out where all your money is going each month, that is not going to a necessity, that's not going to a bill, that's not going to gas for your vehicle, or that's not going on buying groceries for the house or meals that you just need. And add that amount up. And that's the money that you have extra. You may not even need another job. It may just be about organizing what you're currently making. So aside from the spending tracker, we also want to set some financial goals for 2024. A lot of us do better if we have a goal that we're trying to reach, rather it's trying to take a trip, or if you're trying to pay off some debt that you may have, a bill, that an unexpected bill. We want to make sure that we're adding money to an emergency fund, because things happen. $1,000 is the bare minimum. I'm telling you. How is the quickest way that you can save $1,000? If it take you this whole year to save that $1,000, that's fine. But I promise you, you never know what may come up. It may be a medical expense. It may be something with your vehicle. It may be a family member that needs. If you got that spare $1,000 over there to help you, and it won't even hinder you, then it removes the stress. So if go ahead and sit down and plan out our financial goals for 2024. Some of my major ones: I want to pay down debt, I want to improve my credit, and I'm trying to move. That's my biggest one. So my biggest savings right now is me trying to build up enough savings to be able to move um, towards the end of the second quarter of the year. Um, we want to go ahead and make sure that we are setting up a budget. What I do also have in the sheets that I've created for myself, you don't have to print it. You can print it out if you want to type it up like I do. So I can have it and print it out every month and I can just fill it in. Or if you just want to take some notebook paper, get you a tablet, go to the dollar store, get you a tablet, and that's gonna be your finance journal. That's what you're gonna use for your finance journal. And on this sheet of paper, I might try to put up some pictures here, but we actually want to sit down. We want to know what our source of income is. You want to know how many times you get paid a month. You want to be clear on what is due when. You need to know what is due, how much is due, and even how much it will take to pay it off. Because if you just go ahead and sit down and develop a budget and give all of your money a place to go, then it kind of it kind of deters you from just spending and just spending frivolously like myself. So I have to give everything a job. And on my expense sheet, I sit down and I write my source of income. I have my fixed expenses, my variable expenses. My fixed expenses would be like your car note, your rent or your mortgage, those bills that you know that expense is going to occur every month, and it's going to be the same amount. Some of my variable may be my utilities, like my light bill, or just different bills that kind of the cost varies each month. You want to kind of separate those two. Write down your subscriptions, baby. The way Apple and Amazon like to snatch my money. Write down your subscriptions. Write down what date is coming out and how much is coming out. Sometimes I be like, I can look at my account, be like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I look like, wait a minute, where's my money? Four, four transactions to process through, and I'm like, wait a minute, because there may be some subscriptions that you can cancel out. It might have started as a free trial, and you forgot to cancel it. Now it's time to take inventory of that. Also, if you're building a savings fund, I have that on this sheet. Also, a category for debt payoff. And then I have an area for um, putting down all of my totals. I want to see everything as a whole. I also, me personally, I get paid every week. So I also have a weekly breakdown of where I write down, I have a sheet where I have all of my expenses, the date that they're due, and then I put the amount under which check I'm going to pay out. If I'm going to pay it out of check one of the first check of the month or the second check. Now my third and my fourth, my last two checks of the month are always to go towards my rent. So if you have expenses like that, this has always been my plan, or my way of trying to manage my finances. Even when I owned a house, and here, rent and mortgage is always going to be at the beginning of the month. Your next highest bill, it may be something else for you, but for most people, it's their car payments, their car note. Make that towards the middle of the month, 1st and 15th, or 1st and 20th. You want to spread those bills out, and then then you'll be able to see where you can put the smaller bills. So my goal is always to almost balance how much I'm spending. So if, let's say mortgage and all of this is about, or rent or whatever is about, maybe roughly, I'll just say 1,500 for somebody. It's not mine. I wish. 1,500, and your car note is say 500. Okay, so that's $2,000 that has to be paid every month. But there's other bills as well. Why are you paying lights, internet, and all that with this check, which you had you need 1,500? You only need 500 out of this. So that's why you want to sit down and you want to look at your expenses and see when you need to pay what, and so that you can balance it out, and you're kind of somewhat coming out with the same amounts each check and knowing what you'll have left over. So going into 2024, we want to get completely comfortable. We want to know exactly what we are paying and where our money is going. We're not living check to check. That check to check mentality is gone. This is 2024. Why are you still living check to check? Stop it. It ends today. So, do we need to, once we get clear on our finances and what we have and what we're able to work with and see what we need, then we can determine if we need to pick up a little side job or if we need to start a little business, or how do we need to increase our funds in order to reach the financial goals that we have. So as we get ready, let's go ahead and sit down and get these finances on track. I'll probably put a little information down below if you have more. I mean, if it's more that you need from me or have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment below or send me a DM on my social media, or even send me an email. I'll probably put my email address down there as well. So as we're preparing for 2024, I hope that you have enjoyed this series that I've did. If you have not, go back and watch my other 2 videos within this series. Part 1, we talked about faith. Part 2, we talked about business and our career. And in this part 3, we talked about our finances. And if you've made it to this far, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for tuning in. If you know of someone else who would be interested and benefit from this information, please, please, please share the link. Also like this video so it'll appear in more searches and on the feed for others. And since you've been a part, you know, you may have been around this, maybe your first video, but I know you're going to go watch the other 2. So why not subscribe? I would love to have you. I would love to bring you into my community. On this channel, 2024, we're going to be focusing on faith, business/career, and our finances. So, because what we want to do, we want to make sure that we are living and not just existing. So, thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.